Shout out to everybody. This is crazy, bro, man. One crazy weekend in battle rap. Shout out to everybody. I do want to say I hope people are out enjoying their lives. Yeah, battle rap is cool, but sometimes it could just be overly consumed. You know what I mean? Like, and it's just like it could be so much going on at one given time, man. Like, you don't have time to do nothing if you want to catch up on everything that's going on. So I'm gonna try to give y'all somewhat of a, I would say brief recap, but I'll be saying that, you know what I mean? And I'll be live for like an hour, creating more problems. Shout out to everybody. Before we get started, bad news told everything. 100% accuracy. Officer T Ward knows. Battle rap is a haven for the snitches. I do want to put that out there. Number 4 was pointed out. Number 4, he told everything. Do want to put that out there. 100% accurate. Hey, gang, that's what we do all year long. 100% accuracy. I know y'all be remembering that when you're around somebody, they be like, man, it's 100% accuracy. Y'all be like, PIPERBOY, bad news told everything. Officer T Ward will go down as the most popular police officer in battle rap history. He was talking to Bad News. Bad News got up out that hospital bed. He's like, let's go around this corner here. You know what I mean? Pointing out number 4. 100% accuracy on the 100%. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Clone knows knowledge afoot. I do want to say that. Talk to them boys, them detectives out there. I don't know. Y'all tell me what y'all think. As far as this whole situation is going down with ROC and Eazy heating up. We're going to get into that in a minute. So I seen Danny Myers did an interview with Battlefax, right? And so I think this may stem from the 15 minutes of fame, like, you know, John interview. Shout out to Rod. He let me react to it yesterday. It was just so much like bad words. I had to put it on members only. I can't. John was talking reckless, you know, but John, he don't feel like he's doing anything bad. You know, he's the one that is taking a loss. You know, he don't understand why anybody's mad at him or trying to say he's a bad business person. You know, everybody else is overreacting. It's basically what I get from John, right? Shout out to John. Danny Myers is saying that it took 5 months for him to get his $1,000 that he was owed on the back end. That's crazy. That is crazy. 5 months trying to get your money. And people have been wondering, like, why the battles haven't dropped. You know, and they could be, if you go back to Christian Bias's blog, like he did his stock drop list, he had a whole segment on why some battles may not have dropped. You know what I mean? Y'all might want to go watch that. But as far as, you know, other battlers, some battlers are talking to people behind the scenes. They are, you know what I mean? And some people are disgruntled. They just haven't been public. Danny Myers said, I'm not about to be protecting John. This took 5 months. We gonna do this live and I'm gonna air everything out. And when you listen to Danny Myers, the thing that makes it worse is because Danny Myers, he is explaining everything, but he's still trying to credit John, you know, for giving him opportunities in the past and stuff like that. He's not really trying to destroy John. He's just saying what happened. You know, he had an issue with John getting his money the first time, you know, and then like he ended up doing another battle with him. You know, even after John gave him a problem the first time getting his money, then the second time he had another issue getting his money with John. So this may be just a situation what you're going to dealing with John. You know what I mean? So I don't know. John went into spaces after. So looks like so after the Danny Myers blog, right? I did like a live. Cassidy ended up messaging me in my live. Some people may have missed that. He ends up messaging me when I was live, and Cassidy said, John DeCon. If you're not saying DeCon, then you ain't saying it right. Pay Danny Myers his money. You know what I'm saying? So Cassidy was trolling John while I was live. You know, so it's all members only. You know what I mean? Shout out to Cassidy. Cassidy had a couple things to say. He said it's over. He had a couple things to say. Cassidy was wilding. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Cassidy. So I don't know, man. So John hears all. Oh, before that, Eazy the Block Captain goes live. And he goes live, and Battlefax is on there. Battlefax is talking. I think he has like some internet interruptions, and then they kind of get that sorted out. I think it was like a camera issue. The bit rate for the camera was an issue with that, and then he switched cameras. Battlefax switched cameras, and then Eazy came on, and then they talked a little bit, and then Battlefax left, and then Eazy talked a little bit more. But you know, all that was enough. I feel like for John, just, you know, I'm going live. So John went into spaces, you know, and he was talking heavy. Like basically the same thing, like, yo, like I'm the one taking a loss here. Like if everything is on Cassidy in terms of generating a lot of, you know, generating the income to pay for everything, and he doesn't show up, like how am I, you know, to blame? Like how am I the problem? And the thing is, like, man, like you still, like I seen ARP, he did a live, and he was talking about Averb, John. He talked about I think Nas or something like that. He talked about a couple different things. You know what I mean? So I don't know. But what he is saying is that, you know, even when you are a league owner and you step into those shoes, you have a lot of liability. So anything can go wrong, you know, and it's something that you have to learn to prepare yourself for. And I'm sure John knows a lot of this. You know what I'm saying? He's been doing Bullpen Battle League for years. You know, Bullpen ain't just been around for a year. He's been doing this for years. So I think he kind of knows a lot of, but at the same time, like when battlers perform, they do a service, they need to be paid. You know what I mean? This is how they feel. You know, they got up there, they got their deposits, they get up there, they battle, they want their money. You know, and I think I heard John before. He was talking to 3 Letterman, and he was basically saying, like, yo, if people want to see the battle so bad, they need to buy the VOD. Yo, John is funny, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. Y'all John don't care what y'all think. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Shout out to John and Don, man. Like, he don't care, bro. He has a final statement on this. He said, for the record, I didn't get any money for Endgame. That's how he said it on Twitter. Let me see if I can show y'all this. He says, for the record, I didn't get any money for Endgame. That's what he said. He tired of y'all talking about this. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Shout out to John and Don, not playing no games, keeping his money. I would like to hear an interview with John and Don, you know what I mean, or something like that, or not an interview, but like an interview like with actual pushback, right? Not like I don't want to mention no people's names, but just like an interview with somebody that may give him pushback on this. And I want to hear like how he responds to it. You know what I'm saying? And John's a smart guy. You know what I mean? He's been doing all of this for this long. You know what I'm saying? Like battle rap like for this long. Like he's a smart guy. I think he could take a couple questions, but you know, it's up to him what he wants to do. I also want to hear Cassidy talk. This would be a perfect time. You know, Knowledge the guy probably messaging Cassidy like, I'm about to come through to the studio. You know what I'm saying? Do that interview. Oh man, I got some news. Oh man, I'm gonna let them tell that. Yeah, man, battle rap about to get crazy. As far as everything else, so the TAY and Eazy the Block Captain, right? So we heard their opinions, and I'm trying to wrap this up. Tex said a couple things like in the spaces previously. I didn't hear him get like super crazy, but then like in the Eazy the Block Captain had went live on YouTube and he said some things, and Tex didn't like what he said, you know what I mean? And then Tex went, you know, in the spaces, went crazy. You know, Eazy goes up in there and they both going crazy, trying to give their points of views, you know, and it seems like most of this is stemming from, I think it's more than this, right? But I'm gonna say what it looks like to the public. A lot of this seems to be stemming from the name not being changed in a timely manner on the TAY versus Snake Eyes battle, because I think the Snake Eyes name was spelled wrong. Tex's name was spelled, you know what I mean? It was Tex instead of TAY. So all of that was an issue. Tex is like messaging Eazy about it, and I guess it's being ignored. It's not being handled, and you know, it's kind of like frustrating because you got Tex. The reason why Tex can be more vocal than a lot of other acts is because he's got a YouTube channel that actually does numbers. You know what I mean? So he doesn't necessarily, you know, he's in battle rap. You know, anybody could use like extra money in battle rap, you know, but he doesn't necessarily need to battle. When your YouTube channel starts rolling like that, like, and we all know, like, he could just do that and be fine. Like if Tex just did YouTube for like the way he's doing it now, if he does this for another 6 months, you don't ever have to think about battle rap again. You know what I mean? Just to be real, you know what I mean? So a person like that who's got options and got a different outlet, like he could be like more vocal. So if he has a problem and he feels like it's not being handled, you know, you take to whatever platform he feels like to talk about it. You know, because at this point he feels like he's exhausted all avenues. He's trying to talk to Eazy, he's trying to get something done, and nothing's getting done about the name change. Some people be like, yo, what's the deal? What's the difference if the name is Tex or TAY? The thing is, like, if his YouTube channel is TAY, right? And people want to kind of know like what he's battling. Like, he don't have a whole lot of battles out there on YouTube. So if they can't find it because it's Tex versus Snake Eyes, and then the Snake Eyes name is spelled wrong, you know, it becomes an issue. And then I went live when he was live, and I you know, I had the speaker thing to talk, and so I got up there and I was talking to him, and he explained like a lot of that, you know what I mean? Like he just feels like, you know, that he don't really like the way Eazy moving with this. Eazy's trying to tell him that he doesn't control the YouTube channel. Like the Chrome 23 YouTube channel is controlled by somebody else. I don't know what kind of deal they got to how that's happening, you know what I mean? But you know, it's they got to talk to John, like all these people to get a name changed. Because I think there was an issue where Bonnie Godiva's name was spelled wrong on the battle. He had to reach out to them and get the name changed, like on the battle. But then Eazy said that TAY wasn't gonna work to get the battle fully monetized. So it's like whatever you want to believe with that, right? So if when they put TAY in, you know, it get limited monetization. So Eazy's looking at it like, yo, like I'm not about to drop a battle with limited this is what limited versus full monetization is, right? So let's just say I do a video that gets 20,000 views, like, you know what I mean? If I do a video that is 15, let's say 20,000 views, right? If I am fully monetized and I could put a couple commercials, like a bunch of commercials in there, that video I could make, and it depends on your CPM and everything, I can make like $700 like off the one video, right? And people are like, why are you putting all these commercials in there? That's why. Some people don't be putting them commercials in there. They be getting like a little bit. But so you can make like $700 like off a video. You know, even like if I go live and I do a video that might do like 10,000 views, but I'm live for like an hour. Like, you know, I got movie commercials, like all of that stuff in there. So you can make pretty good like off of a 10,000 view video. Like if it's fully monetized and it's you know, I can make close to that, like, of just 10,000 views, right? You gotta think about the whole channel is like a bunch of, you know what I mean, views on the whole channel. But, you know, if I have limited monetization, that means like it's yellow. That 20,000 view video that you might be able to make if you got a lot of commercials on it, $600 to $700 off of, goes down to like $20. You know what I mean? So that is, you know, so that's a big difference between a limited, a yellow and a green. So people do, so a lot of times when you see people doing like, you know, changing the title around, like, man, this title's been changed a couple times. It's because the video might have been up and it might have went yellow, but then you got to change the title to get it to go green. So, and text kind of understands that, like, you know what I'm saying, like with YouTube, how it works. But on the other end of it, it's like, yo, but I'm still Texago. My contract is Texago. You know what I mean? But the thing is, like, once a battle is completed, see, this is where it's going to come down to contractual agreements. Because once the battle is completed, they have ownership to do whatever they want to do with the battle, right? They could do, like, you know, wait for a streaming, or they can not drop the battle, or, you know what I mean? They could do whatever they want to do. Unless it specifies there's going to be a YouTube drop. You know what I'm saying? Then they have to do the YouTube drop. And then, like, what name is going to be on there for the YouTube drop? A lot of things, if not fully specified, you know what I mean? It creates a lot of leeway. So only they know what the contracts are, you know what I mean, of what it is. But as far as everything being a fallout and we all seeing it, yes, you can do a 20,000 view video and get $20 if it's limited. That's why I don't even mess around like with stuff like that. Like if I feel like it's gonna be, and you got to think in politics, right? If I do a politics blog, which I need to do that again, and like most of my politics blogs, they're gonna hit 80 to 300,000 views, right? 80 to 300,000 is where I'm at, like with the politics. So if I'm doing a 300,000 view video in politics, you know what I'm saying? That video I can make like thousands of dollars off of if it's green. You know what I mean? And then like I have to fight copyrights and stuff like that. But then if it's green, like when I stop and I do politics, you know, I'm getting like thousands of dollars off of them videos. You know what I mean? Because they're green. If they are yellow, if I'm saying bad words in there and stuff like that, it don't matter. Like I might get like $50, you know, and I may be live for like a couple hours, like talking about politics. That's why it's not like when something goes yellow, it's not really worth it. And that's why I try not to. That's why I very rarely, you may almost never see me reacting to spaces or nothing, because a lot of that is bad words. Or like if you reacting to, you know, like an interview or something like that, is bad words and stuff like that in there, and it can mess up a lot of things. You know what I mean? So it's very important to try to make content, and that's why when you watch stuff like the first 2 minutes, people may be bleeping out bad words and stuff like that because they want to get once 2 minutes go, or I think it's like a minute and a half. Once a minute and a half or 2 minutes go, you say all the bad words you want. It's just before that point, you know, you don't want like anything like that, you know, so that creates an issue. So, I mean, I don't know, man. As far as them, as y'all probably heard, if you heard me talking to Tex, I don't want the fallout of Eazy the Block Captain and Tex, bro. Like, I don't think battle rap is to the point to where it can really handle like too much of that, right? Because battle rap is in a finicky place to where it's not many people building up new artists, you know, and whether or not Tex agrees with anybody or not, like, I think Eazy the Block Captain has helped him become more of a battle rap household name. Yeah, he had to get out there, he had to battle, he had to, you know, perform, do what he did, and he's gotten better and better and better, you know, to the point to where people are like, okay, yeah, like this dude is really what it's about. But, you know, Eazy doing name drops here and there, like when he's live and he's talking about Tex, and you know what I'm saying? It may not be in the manner that Tex may want, but he's still mentioning like Tex, like in lives and, you know, when he's talking and stuff like that. So, but the problem is, like, when you're an artist, you may be looking at it like, man, I'm not being, you know, mentioned enough or highlighted enough or enough done to like really promote and market me. But a lot of this could be like a slower process. You know what I mean? And getting to making people a household name. You mention names here and there, and then it slowly, you know, people become more accustomed to you. I've seen it happen multiple times with Swamp, different people, like how URL plays. You will see like a lot of people, you know, a new artist comes into the fold, and then people start mentioning them more and more. I was the first blogger covering like really mentioning Swamp. You know, and then like, you know, if I do something, sometimes like people may follow suit, and then you see, you know, and then Swamp was just a good act, and then people just like, you know what I mean, like got onto the Swamp train. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Y'all tell me what y'all think down in the comment section below. But you know, when you're dealing with artists are very creative, you know, and they are very opinionated. You know, so with that, it's difficult to manage people. And if you've seen how Tex and Eazy talked, you know, they clearly have some issues that need to be ironed out and fixed. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying Tex is always going to be the difficult person. I don't know. I'm not on the the conversations and the calls with them. You know what I mean? I don't know what it is like, but if you listen to Tex, it sounds like he's been trying to have things done, and things have been going like unheard. You know, and it gets him to a point to where he's just like, he feels like he got to get vocal and tell everybody what's going on. You know what I mean? But I don't know. A shout out to them. As far as Trenches, they may just have to find somebody else to fill that slot. You know, they got, I think Tex gone now. J Moore seems like he's gone, unless they can maybe like, you know, correct that. You know what I mean? But it seems like they're both gone. You know, so the only person there right now is, I think, like, Muwap, you know, that's, you know, that is there. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. Y'all tell me what y'all think. TAY ROC, I think I mentioned this. I'll mention it again. TAY ROC, shout out to TAY ROC. Got me blocked. But I seen the boss responding to this, so that's how I was able to see it. Shout out to the boss. Rock says, from now on, don't speak to me. Speak to Caution, and she will come speak to me, and I'll say I talk to you after I speak to her, even though I never spoke to you. He is clowning Eazy. Y'all have got to battle. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got to battle. So yeah, so Trenches, they got King and Muwap, right, for right now. You know, and I think Muwap is cool. I think King is like, you know, one of the premier artists like coming out. You know what I mean? A lot of people rocking with him. It's going to depend on who he gives him shots to, and then who Eazy battles on the cards along with it. But I think he's going to have something coming up with Trenches soon, so they can figure something out, man. But at least Texas got a battle coming up, him versus Real Deal. Real Deal don't really, and say like this in Real Deal. Real Deal don't really do views like that, but he is a formidable opponent. You know, I will say that, you know, so I want to see what the viewership is going to be with that, you know, and, you know, Taxi, unfortunately, in battle rap, marketing promotion, it's a lot of mess, you know what I mean? And so I don't think Tex was trying to market and promote anything with what happened, you know what I mean? But what happened, everybody's tuned in, you know what I mean? So I think people going to end up following Tex Sago's journey. You know, oh, somebody said Tex and Real Deal battled already. See, I don't know. Shout out to Tex and Real Deal. I want to see. Let me see what the views is, if it's out. Let me see. See? Let's see. I don't see it, man. I seen Vodafly. He posted it. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah. 13 days ago it dropped. Yeah. Oh, my bad, y'all. It dropped 13 days ago, and it's got 10,000 views. You know, it's on Street Talk Entertainment. You know, so I don't know. I'm a retweet this. Shout out to, or tweet this out. You know what I mean? Shout out to Tex. You know? I'm gonna tweet that out, man. Hopefully they get more views on that. You know what I mean? Shout out to him. But Tex, like I said, he got a YouTube channel that does like views, man. He don't really need to be doing battle rap to be real. But I think it adds more to his persona. You know what I mean? Somebody said hold on, what's going? Yo, I'm not getting involved in that, man. I rock with Tati. We following each other. I rock with DuBoss, man. I rock with Eazy. I rock with everybody. I don't know what's going on with that, you know. But I know y'all mad at see. So Eazy was live, and his live came down, right? So I guess he, I didn't watch the live. You know, I didn't see it. You know, but I guess his live, like Tati took his live down because he may have used like some footage or something. But like I asked, I'm like, yo, did you use any footage of anybody? Like, because I didn't know what was going on. Hold on. So I don't. He didn't specifically say. Yeah, he said never used their content. So I don't know. He said he never used their content. I don't know what's up with that, man. Like, but he's in Quarter Lab. They'll fix anything. You know what I mean? What's going on, and they'll be able to tell him what's going on. But as far as everything else, man, I don't know, man. Somebody said nobody didn't see it. You know what I'm saying? Somebody said before the contract, Eazy. After the contract, Beasley. Y'all crazy. But it's like, Marty said he paid a $2 donation. He said he never mentioned her or showed her content. I don't know, man. I didn't watch it. Like, I literally woke up to like my phone blowing up and people telling me about it. But I don't know. Maybe they'll do a Spaces, you know, or something and talk about it. Maybe not. Maybe they'll just ignore it. Eazy, didn't he take down like OTFMZ? Like he removed OTFMZ from like IG or something like that. So it's like, you know, I mean, I see people mad at her, but it's like he's done that to OTFMZ. If we being fair, you know, so it's. But if he didn't, like how YouTube works, like if I don't know, man. If he, because people are saying he didn't use it, and then people are saying he did. So I don't know. You know what I mean? I didn't watch the live, you know, and anybody could tell me anything. I didn't watch it. You know, somebody said she did that on some. I don't know, man. I don't know. He flagged OTFMZ before. You know what I mean? And she flagged him. I don't know. But if he said he didn't use her content, some people saying he did. He said he did. So I don't know. They'll end up figuring it out. But somebody said Eazy was using her space. I mean, if it's her space, she could. I mean, like people don't like. If it's her content, she could she could do that. You know what I mean? Like that's why like a lot of time like that's why most of like my content and stuff like that is me. You know, I try not to do that if I don't have to like react to something. But she could do that. Like if somebody's using her content, she could do that. You know what I mean? Just saying what it is. You know? Said DME Detroit said he did use it, but it was done right under the fair. I mean, then Quarter Lab can remove it. Like they can, you know, that's because somebody gets a video taken down. Like I've had them taken down and put back up. You know what I'm saying? Like it could be put back. It's just you gotta wait for your network to figure it out. Like if he's within rights, you know, and Quarter Lab is gonna be able to tell him like whether or not like he's good or not. If not. But I mean, if it's her content, man, like that's the thing. Like when she said, like I don't want nobody using my content, I stopped. I don't really have much of her on my channel. I mean, I shout her out still, but you know, like it's hers. She could do that. If you could react to it, but not really. You know what I mean? Like people, this whole fair use thing, I think is not what people think it is, right? The reason why I don't do politics all the time is because I'm fighting like copyrights a lot, you know, and I win a lot of them. Like sometimes I don't win some of them, you know what I mean? But you know, I win like most of my copyrights. So that's why I be taking me so long to blog again after I do a political blog, But you can react to something. It doesn't mean like you can keep it up. Like, cause fair use is like really like finicky. Cause you have to do a lot to react to a video and keep it up. Just sitting there and talking a lot of times is not gonna do it. You know what I mean? Cause I've had like I've seen like major creators like run into that. You know what I mean? So you can't just say fair use and that's it. You know what I mean? It's got to be like reasoning behind it and all of that. If you trying to defame somebody, and I didn't see his live, so I don't know what he was doing. But if you're reacting to something and you just don't like somebody and you like trying to defame them, that's not a fair use situation. You know what I mean? So it gets tricky. I've been doing this for a while and been able to survive for a while because I understand like it's a tricky situation. Somebody said, somebody said I don't have no copyrights. I don't know. You said you don't have no copyrights. I don't know, man. But I mean, the best way to stay away from that, and like I said, I didn't see it live, is just don't use nobody else's content. Because if anybody gets mad at you one day, like that's why, like, I never. And this ain't going in. You know, I've been saying like I think Tati and DeBoss and them, like I think they good like what they do. Like if I'm Eazy, right? This is the problem. This is the biggest problem. Like with the whole text and all of this, this is what I see, right? A lot of people in battle rap do not like Eazy the Block Captain. That's just what I see. They do not like him. For one, they don't like the whole Papoose and Remy Ma situation. For two, he might have said something, you know what I'm saying, or might not have, you know what I mean? I don't know. Sometimes you can say things, and I'm not talking about Tati and that. Sometimes you can say things and people think you're talking about them, right? That happens a lot. Even me, I'll be talking about something completely and people be like, yo, you talking about me? Like in my DM, I'm like, bro, I ain't even, like, what are you talking about? Like fans couldn't take it like that. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, like it snowballs and you got so many people not liking you. You got to think about like if you text Sego, right? I've seen Tex defend Eazy like when a lot of things kicked off, right? You call, you know, saying people corny for this or that, like so. But you got y'all another flip side to all of this. Tex is attached to Eazy the Block Captain, so if people don't like Eazy, they don't like anybody around him. Right? So he got to like kind of, and you know, his DMs or his mentions or his notifications are going to be different than yours. After a while, if you see him like the culture don't rock with this guy, like they rock with him to a point, right? I rock with Eazy. I think he's a star. When you're a star, whether people like you or not, you're here. And they gonna tune in. They're either tuning in to see you fail or they're tuning in to see you succeed, right? And Eazy reached far beyond battle rap. Some people don't like that. You know what I mean? And then like in battle rap, this is like his, you know what I'm saying, where he thrives, right? And so he could clap back at you, do whatever. So if you like Tex, you feel like the how people feel about Eazy. Right? And he might be like, yo, like I'm putting myself at risk here. You know what I mean? Like I know this is why I signed up for it, but I'm at risk. And you got all these peer pressures. You know, like it's, you know, I don't know. But you know, Tex is his own person. You know, he's been down with Eazy for a while, so I don't know. But as far as like when I'm saying like this is why I never got down with URL. Like that, you know what I'm saying? Like to where I'm like reacting to all of their videos and stuff. Like I never did that because at any given time, years down the road, they get mad at you. Bye. You know what I'm saying? They could do that. You see what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. Like the using content thing is tricky, man. You gotta know how to do it, and if you're gonna do it, you need to be in the network. You know what I mean? But I don't know. Shout out to everybody. Somebody said, hold on. So I don't know. Some people say he didn't use none, but shout out to them, man. Somebody said nobody hating on Eazy. You must be a straight up Eazy gobbler. So this ain't no diss to Eazy or nothing, but here, Eazy, you got hey, this is an E-Hive person in here. He talking about, ain't nobody hating on Eazy. Like, are you crazy? Have you ever typed in his name on YouTube? This dude gobbling, but he all kind of gobbling. 90% of people talking about Eazy is over 90% is them hating on him. What are you talking about? And in battle rap, he went against the URL. You think that's gonna make you friends? What is y'all talking about? How, like, bro, this dude is gobbled up. You are gobbled up. It ain't even Thanksgiving. You are gobbled up. Ain't nobody hate. Like, what are you talking about? People hate on him all the time. Have you looked under Eazy the Block Captain's posts? Go to one of his tweets and look. Oh, Shotgun Suge did this, and no, you suck, you terrible. Like, look at his posts. So if you Eazy at a point, you like, forget everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like, you gonna be vocal and speak your piece. You know, but y'all gotta stop. Y'all gotta stop. Like, y'all be just, like, hey, you, hold on. What? I'm about to say your name, bro, because you gobbled up. Hold on. He's a little gobbler here. Greg Gibbs. Are you the one? Greg Gibbs, are you up here gobbling away? No, it's not Greg Gibbs. It's somebody else, bro. It's somebody else. Like, dude is gobbled up. Gobble, 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 gobble. If you are that much of a fan of a person, you can't even recognize a person as being hated. It's crazy, bro. Gobble, 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 gobble. But as far, I mean, but he got his own channel. He could fight back. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. No, it's not you, Greg Gibbs. It's the other dude, man. He waiting for Thanksgiving. Let me do something for this gobbler real quick. Hold on. Let me do something for this gobbler. We got a gobbler up in here. We got bad news sympathizers, gobblers. This gobble, 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 gobble. Gobble, 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 gobble. Hey! Anytime they come in here and try to defend news, or they gobbling a battler too much, gobble, 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 hey! Gobble, 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 hey! He gobble, gobbling, gobble, 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 hey! It ain't even Thanksgiving! Gobble, 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 gobble. Can we get some gobbles in the chat, please? We be doing recaps. People be like, oh, this person, that person didn't lose a battle. They be getting 30'd. Just put it on that. Like, hey, do y'all got gobble chains? That's the weird part about battle rap, man. Y'all be gobbled up. We got some turkeys in the chat here. Battle rap is a haven for the gobblers. Y'all don't like this battle rap, like, you know, like entertainment. I'll be looking at comments in entertainment, and then it be the battle rap comment. People like put on the cape. They don't care. They will gobble you up. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. I had to check some people. Those PIPERBOY Williams guy. I'm like, stop gobbling. Y'all just chill out. These people are human beings. Gobble, 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 hey. Gobble, 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 hey. Gobble, 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 gobble. That's our new gobble, 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 hey. Gobble, gobble. That's my man's. Dude don't even know half of y'all. I'm not talking about Eazy. I'm talking about just people. Y'all be like, that's my. I'll be watching posts going on Twitter, and then I get DMs like, did you see somebody talk about this? It's my man's. I've been knowing him since I was 3 years old. You don't even remember anything at 3. Gobble, 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 hey. 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 Y'all girlfriends be texting y'all. Where you at? Y'all in the car waiting for one of your favorite battlers to tweet so you can gobble some more. I know him. Let me DM tag every battler, blogger. There is no accountability. I can't even. No accountability for the gobbling. Bad News has got Gobblers. Shout out to Tony Kelman with the $5 donation. He said, don't let all this drama distract you from the fact that Bad News told everything. 100% accuracy. Battle rap is a haven for the snitches. When Bad News first started snitching, people in the comments, why are you still talking about this? Can you talk about something else? Gobble, 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 gobble. Hey, gobble, gobble, gobble. Do you want them to tell on you? Do you want them to tell on you? Officer T. Ward, no. Shout out to everybody. We gonna get y'all gobblers up out of here. Shout out to everybody. But I'm out. Come rate, subscribe. Let me know what y'all think about that. Hey, and at the end of everything, battle rap was entertaining this weekend. Very entertaining. You know what I mean? But a lot of y'all like battlers that want to be known and stuff like that. Look at what, and I'm not saying like Tex is a prime example of where you can just, whenever you feel like it, get the community lit. Y'all could do the same thing. Y'all could go into space and do whatever you do, like do some interviews, start tweeting it. Y'all can do the same thing. And have people talking about y'all. I know y'all sitting back in the background. I got a battle coming up and ain't nobody talking about it because y'all not who people want to talk about. Take control of your career. You know what I'm saying? Then we all talk about y'all. But shout out to everybody. I'm out. Come rate, subscribe. Let me know what y'all. Don't be a gobbler. I don't want to have to get back on here. Gobble, 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 gobble. Hey, gobble, 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 gobble. We don't want to do that. We don't do YNs. Y'all be in the wintertime, y'all be having y'all triple fat gooses on, thugged out, on the block with your phone out, gobbling a battler. Be gobbled up. Like what? Maybe at the club, posted up. Hey, yo, dog. I'm about to check the battle rap streets, dog, to see what was going on. Let's see. And they want to be friend with a battler. They're like, hold on, dog. I'll make some tweets, dog. Y'all better stop talking about my favorite battler. Go back to poster. Y'all be some thugged out gobblers. Shout outs. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You know what I mean? Oh, we got Tanya T in here. Shout out to Tanya T. That is my side chick. Shout out to her. She didn't pay me today. What's going on with her? Everybody put the cash emojis in the chat. The cash, my side chick is in here, and she has not sent me a super chat. Wait a minute. Tanya T is in here, ear hustling, so she can call me later and go off about something, to nag me about something. Tanya T is trying to nag me. Money signs in the chat. She is playing. Battle Rap Crazy, I see you in here. It is what it is. All the members in here, Grego Solo, shout out to you. Random Blue Jays, shout out to you. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all for stopping in. Should we go into politics? Appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying? We got some members in here. It is what it is. All right, y'all. I'm out. Come rate, subscribe.